Hey guys, it's Mike from Baltimore Rides here. It is Saturday, about 8 o'clock, roughly. I don't know the exact time. I'm down here at Reagan. Just wanted to give you guys kind of a quick update. Was thinking about a couple things today to talk about in the video, and a viewer left a comment about Google Maps versus Waze. So let me, spend a couple minutes while I'm waiting here at Reagan for a flight and talk about that. Whatever navigation system you use is fine. Whether it's the Uber's built-in onboard system, Google Maps, Waze, Apple Maps, whatever is fine for you. But be objective. Know what your strengths and weaknesses are of your navigation system. Know what it does really well, and know what it doesn't do that other services offer. So for me, and I'm not saying you guys have to use what I use, but for me, I started with the Uber navigation system, then I experimented with Google Maps. Once I started using Lyft also, because it would work with both of them. And then I migrated to Waze. And here's why I feel Waze is the most beneficial of the three. I'm just going to kind of give you some rough ideas. But it's all subjective. It's all individual based. I like the camera feature. I like the fact that Waze has police. If a driver sees a police officer, a user can upload it, and then the next people driving down the road will know that there's a police officer there. Speed cameras, red light cameras, traffic and accidents. I like that it's kind of a user-driven system, which to me tends to make it more reactive, more responsive, more quick to update. Google Maps has always been slow, in my opinion, and it's just my opinion. I'll get on 95 or 695, I'll get jammed up into a traffic jam, and then a minute or two later, the phone will ping, and it'll be Google Maps telling me that there's a crash. Not at all in a timely manner where I can react and change my strategy. Waze renavigates. So Google Maps does not do that very well. Waze will actually replot your course if it finds a significantly better route. And then, to me, I feel like Waze is quicker in the jumping back and forth from the Uber app to Waze and then back again. I feel like Waze is a little bit more responsive in that regards. But, my advice is experiment with all three of them. Don't just do it for an hour. Give yourself a whole night or a whole couple days committed to one app, and then, be critical and then say, okay, what did I like? What didn't I like? What was frustrating? And then when you try the next app, you're comparing and contrasting. So, that's my take on navigation is there's no perfect app. They all make mistakes. Waze made a mistake for me last night. It kind of took me in a weird serpentine route around DuPont Circle in DC when I could have easily just gone down this one road. So, sometimes that's the funny thing. Now, I will say this, with these navigation systems, especially Waze and Google Maps, that are plotting efficient courses, sometimes what you're going to get is passengers with inefficient courses. Perfect example was last night. I had a passenger. I was up in the Georgetown, Foxhall area, and Waze wanted me to make a right-hand turn and then make a left kind of down a side street. And the lady said, no, go straight ahead. So I went straight ahead and we bumped right into a bunch of traffic. And I said to her, and then she said to me, oh, well, 18th Street always gets trafficy, but if you go here, 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 and here, you can get around it. And I said, I wonder if that's why Waze was taking me to the right, to avoid that. So sometimes you just need to let your passengers know, hey, if you know a shortcut that I don't know, that's great. But Waze is really efficient at avoiding traffic jams. So let's see where it's going to take us. And then if we really, really get in the weeds, I'll take your input. Because oftentimes, guys, the computer systems are more efficient than us. As drivers, we and our passengers, we just have favorite routes. We like to go down a certain street. Is it always the quickest? No. There's a certain way that I like to go home, and my wife tells me that it's not the fastest way to our house, but You know, it's the way I like to go. And, you know, Waze would probably tell me I'm 2 minutes slower than the way it wants to go, but that's just life. But in a case where we're navigating people from point A to point B, especially if you're in an area that you're not comfortable in, or you're not, you know, really intimately familiar with the neighborhood and the roads, trust into that navigation system, because if you get waylaid, then it's going to be even longer, and then your customer is really going to be more frustrated. You know, you just have to say, look, ma'am, it knows where we're going. Let's give it a shot and see where it takes us. And then if we really get off course, you can bring me back. But I have a feeling it's going to take us right where you want us to go. And you can use the system, and it'll kind of show you what streets it's taking. So you can kind of give them a preview if they're that curious. So, you know, just a quick 5-minute video about navigation. I saw the comment earlier today, and I thought I would react to it. I thought it was a great comment. So, you know, there is no one holy grail navigation system. They all have quirks. But really the best thing is to find one that you like and that you feel comfortable with. And don't be blind to its flaws. You know what its strengths are, but also know what its weaknesses are. And then that way you can compensate. Because at the end of the day, your passenger's rating you, not the navigation system. And how well you navigate them from point A to point B without them having to look up, without them having to look over your shoulder or do any of those things, where they truly can sit in the back and just enjoy the ride. And then you have to tell them, hey, we're here, the ride's over, and then they look up from whatever they're doing. You know, that's the most positive experience for a lot of these passengers, is either we're talking the whole way there and I tell them they're there, or they're, you know, absorbed in their phone or their music, and then I have to kind of, you know, jolt them out of their reverie. But if I have to, you know, if they have to look over my shoulder and tell me turn left, turn right, that's not an enjoyable ride for them. I mean, and they're paying for someone to take them to their place. So, you know, think about this in a service mindset. You know, it's our job as professional drivers to get them from point A to point B, and use the tools that we have available to us. You know, there's tools. They're there. They're not a crutch. They're just a tool. You know, so use them to your advantage. But that's all I'm gonna do for now, guys. I'm having a great night so far, but I will give you financials on a later video. I just wanted to post this real quick as a navigation video. So I'll talk to you guys later.